We are back at it again here with another video at the Invest for Tomorrow. To the first time viewers and investors, welcome to the channel. To all subscribers, welcome back. Here we are with the SPY, the SP 500 index, continuing to fight to hold support here. And in today's volatility, our SPY buy at 9:50 a.m. sent out a bull indicator. From that moment forward, inflows crossed the midpoint to the upside, full strength on 42 vision, and call options went up 100% plus within an hour, guys. If you guys want to receive this clarity and edge of the charts, you can now gain access to it as well. The link is down below in the description to the 42 vision indicators, getting connected over to our bots, and becoming part of a growing community of investors, all looking to learn and grow together by receiving this clarity and edge over the charts and using these resources to maximize in either direction, whether stocks are going up or going down. So here we are at the SPY, the S&P 500 index, fighting to hold support. And in today's video, we're going to break down the key levels I would watch going into tomorrow. But before we do, I want to share with you guys the home run opportunity that was mentioned this morning over at the Discord. So the home run today was spectacular and beyond expectations. And if you guys want to know about these stocks early on and receive this clarity and edge of the charts, you can now gain access to it as well. The link is down below in the description to the 42 vision indicators, getting connected over to our bots, and becoming part of a growing community of investors, all looking to learn and grow together. So the home run today was from our Tesla bot at 8:50 a.m. sent out a bull indicator, and from that moment forward, inflows crossed the midpoint to the upside, full strength on 42 vision, and call options went up 150% plus within an hour, guys. If you guys want to receive this clarity and edge of the charts, you can now gain access to it as well. The link is down below in the description to the 42 vision indicators, getting connected over to our bots. We look forward to having you join us, and we strive for opportunities like these every single day. Let's jump into these charts. Here we are with the SPY, the S&P 500 index, continuing to hit bright green bars and going from red bars back up to bright green bars and back down to red bars in today's volatility. And if this is your first time coming across the channel, this is 42 vision, which allows us to see the dips from the rips to the dips, and where the strength and weakness lies within the charts. And we also use our bull and bear indicators and inflow versus outflow as an extra layer of confirmation, which I'm going to pull up here and you can now gain access to as well. The link is down below in the description to the 42 vision indicator, getting connected over to our bots and becoming part of a growing community of investors, all looking to learn and grow together by receiving this clarity and edge over the charts and using these resources to maximize in either direction, whether stocks are going up or going down. And in today's video, I'm going to pull up the inflow versus outflow indicator, which adds that extra layer of confirmation and gives us that edge within the volatility. So here we are with the SPY stock, the S&P 500 index, under a bull indicator at the 555.60 level, and it's fighting here to stay above it. That was the support all day. Every time it tried to touch it, it bounced back up, but here in the after hours, it's getting really close to break it. So to justify this weakness, this bear indicator needs to pop up to go ahead and cancel that bull indicator. It hasn't popped up just yet on the 30-minute, but definitely something to not ignore. And on the QQQ, it already popped up with a bear indicator here at 498. You have Tesla with full strength here under a bull indicator. You have Apple here under a bull indicator since yesterday at 225, heading up towards the 230 level, rejecting off of 229.40 at the highest point, but fighting here to stay above. And then you have Netflix here under a bear indicator in the second half of the day at 689. So the SPY right now is looking pretty weak, fighting and struggling to hold support. If this weakness continues, a bear indicator may pop up and outflows may follow, which we're going to look at in just a moment. Now, the 1 hour here has not gotten a bear indicator, right? And yesterday, even though there was a little bit of chop into the end of the day, inflow started to pick up, and that's why things held up to the point that it hit today. Now, no bear indicator just yet in the chop of today either. A bull indicator is still dominating here from 543.83. The resistance up here at 550 was broken through, and the levels we've been watching have been tested, right? So in the bigger picture here, bull indicator still, no bear indicator. Now in the chop of the 15-minute, We can see here the back and forth, but at the end of the day, a bear indicator popped up at 556.26, dominating over this chart, and it could continue to have strength over the chart and roll that weakness over into the 30-minute and 1 hour. And that's what I'll be watching here in today's after hours and going into tomorrow. Now, I'm going to break down the key levels I would watch and what's going on with the inflow versus outflows. Here we are with the SPY, the S&P 500 index, with inflows never crossing to the downside. It got to the midpoint, but it started to pick up into the after hours, and that's where we saw that strength of inflows picking up and continuing to dominate. But today, the story's different, right? Outflows have been trying to dominate all day, and you can see here the zigzag and the fight between 555 and up towards 557, and once those outflows crossed over, things started to drop quickly, right? And we're under bear indicators here on the 15-minute. No bear indicator here just yet, but if these outflows continue below the midpoint and continue pulling downwards and reflecting that weakness into these charts, a bear indicator can pop up. So that's something to not ignore on the 30-minute chart. Now, when we zoom out and look at this from the 1 hour in the bigger picture, outflows have crossed for the first time since inflows picked up back on July 2nd when we got that bull indicator near the 543 level and continue with all this strength. Look at that bright green bars back to back on the 1 hour of full strength here. And now we have here outflows crossing over the midpoint for the first time in the bigger picture at negative 0.26. It's going to be crucial for this to pick back up to justify any further move to the upside, because if it continues downwards and it pulls down the 30-minute even further and the 15-minute, we could start testing key resistance levels. Now, on the 15-minute here, inflows have picked back up. We have a slight divergence as they're trying to pull upwards here at 0.26 positive above the midpoint, and the stock is going down to even retest that support of the day of 555.57, 555.53. Those are the lowest points that we saw here towards the end of the day. And if these outflows begin, right, back down to the downside, it switches from green to red and they go negative below the midpoint, it could quickly start to reflect that weakness into these charts and roll that weakness over into the 30-minute. Now, the first support I'll be watching is 555. Now, below that is 553. And then I'll be watching the 551 level if these outflows are dominating on the 30-minute and the 1 hour. Now, to the upside, it's going to be crucial and critical for these inflows to pick up on the 15-minute, start a staircase effect, and retest the recent highs and roll that strength over into the 30-minute, continuing green, crossing the midpoint, and getting the 1 hour back above the midpoint and turning it green as well, going from negative to positive. And the first resistance is 557. Then above that, I'll be watching 559 to 560, and then I'll be watching the 562 level. These are the key levels I'll be watching to the upside and to the downside. The bull and bear indicators are going to be crucial, and these inflow versus outflows, I would not ignore them as they're fighting to come back above here, but they are below on every single time frame except for the 15-minute in the volatility. It's going to be crucial for this one to stay above because it could start the momentum and roll it over into the 30-minute and the 1 hour, making things turn back around and retesting these all-time highs and new highs on the charts. I'll be looking forward to what goes on going into tomorrow's volatility. As always, guys, thank you guys so much for watching, and let's make some money.